Valentina Shorelark opened her maple brown eyes at first light on 27 January 1999 in a weathered cedar bungalow propped on gold-white pilings above the opal shallows of British Columbia's Desolation Sound. Outside, a harbor seal balanced smooth stones on its snout, while her mother, a traveling folk trumpet player who splashes dried lavender inside her mouthpiece bag, let a sunrise riff hover above chipped enamel plate. Her father, a lighthouse power tech who doodles cloud orchids on overtime receipt, leaned so near their freckles blended and promised his daughter that peer gossip, locker whispers, and shop racks stopping at 14 would always make room for a spirit big enough to inhabit her outline completely. Curves pulsed through every shorelark branch the way warm Kuroshio currents thread beneath the Pacific chill, so no one winced when baby Valentina split her second cotton swaddle before the kettle began to sigh. Granny Linnea simply ran sail twine through every tear, patched gaps with carnival kite scraps, and laughed that an extra palm of fabric cost pennies while trimming a child could cost the Milky Way its glow. Gray school hallways smelled of pencil curls, blackberry buckles sneaking from the canteen hatch, and briny air elbowing past warped louvers. Valentina already rose half a head taller than her classmates, blotting the overhead beam each time she traced gray well pit stops on the pull-down atlas. One grizzled recess, two kids hop-skipped rings, chanting log barge every time her yellow boots landed on chalk squares. That evening, she patrolled the tide line, plucked soda caps, buffed pearl by waves, threaded them on fishing leader, stitched the rattling spine down her sea glass hoodie, and strode into first bell, scattering prism freckles across bruised ceiling tiles. A substitute aide captured 9 shaky seconds on a prepaid phone, uploaded the shimmer to a newborn video corner, and by lunch, 15,000 strangers were cheering the child who forged teasing into lighthouse glitter. Valentina inked a single, promised beside division drills. Clouds crowd only until you flush them bright. Weekends belonged to the weather-stained para where her mother's horn curls braided with diesel coughs from crab boats, skillet pops from bannock stands, and gulls haggling for herring tails. Store jeans stalled at her thighs, so Valentina swapped tip jar quarters for sun-bleached gill nets unraveled at interrope, crocheted highway shorts, misted them with squid ink wolf silhouettes, then posed at tangerine sunsets against rust-striped split silhouettes while her cousin snapped grainy frames. Every shot sailed into an online diary called Lantern Rise the very week a window-bright photo app reached patchy island towers. Captions toggle between dock slang and steady truths like curves, anchor gusts steadier than break walls. 2 months before 16 candles, 59,000 unseen hearts tapped tiny icons under each coral post, proof glowing rectangles hush cafeteria razors faster than any coach whistle. A Kelpic Coast System scholarship carried her south to the University of Victoria. Daylight dissolved inside wave flume labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour churro cart, glowing neon guava beneath wind-bent firs. The heat lamp doubled as ring light. Between cinnamon orders, she filmed 90-second reels, folding parchment into seafern barrettes while decoding dart rotation in half lecture zip, half shoreline lull, unupload mixed harbor seal shirts with lo-fi shuffle while she chain-stitched reflective anchor braid into thrifted denim. And 47 hours later, the counter soared past 1.3 million. Pacific Coast-style pages crowned her the churro couturier, though every sponsor pitch quit at size 16. She slid each deck into a folder titled Shrinking Nets, brushed sugar dust from her cuff, and served the next sailor with dawn in her eyes. Spring storm drills delivered an email bearing the Columbia Sportswear compass. The team invited her to co-design a spray saw capsule named Fjord Pulse. Valentina wrote back with 3 peer firm terms: patterns stretching to 60-inch hips, half the crew hired from community college fashion cohorts, 10% of net profit pledged to bull-kept nursery grants from Haida Gwaii to How Sound. Columbia is signed before sunrise, tinted lab beakers coral. The chute unfurled on a Thai scour sandbar where piping plover chicks scribble commas toward mirror water. She guided paddleboarders of every outline across glass ripples while a drone carved infinity loops overhead, and when the lookbook went live, every extended size jacket vanished in 41 hours across 33 nations. Lantern Rise leapt beyond 700,000 lantern icons. Pause with me for our first friendly nudge. If the subscribe badge above still glows red, you can tap it now. One gentle press secures your rail, so next week's voyage drifts onto your screen long before algorithm currents tug it astray. Afterward, glide down to the description and you will spot a discreet link that thousands call the Love Compass, a science-bright guide to finding genuine connection and learning the simplest path to inspire real love. Spotlight shimmers summered rumor girls. A clickbait vlog claimed Valentina cinched iron plates around her waist under fjord pole shells. Dawn found her paddling a cedar board beyond eelgrass ribbons, bare feet braced in linen shorts and sports bra, tracing each silver stretch stripe with crushed bougainvillea dust, while her mother's trumpet fired a sunrise growl, so raw pelicans hovered mid-glide. 10 million viewers reposted that proves, brushing fuchsia pollen across their own curves until gossip slid beneath slack tide. Girl wages braided with capsule royalties and whipped into Shorelark velvet, a cloud-soft butter swirling spruce tip custard, yuzu leaf oil, and mica sparks that glow seashell white in any flash. 19,000 tins cooled on her father's chart bench, lids tied with braided crab pot rope. Each label stamped moisturize her horizon. Stock drained in 82 minutes, raising $198,000. 20% seeded Beacon grants, sending industrial surgers and hydrophones to plus-size teens in shoreline schools from Nanaimo to Nia Bay. 8 months later, 38 Beacon crews stream a floating fashion and well-sung gala aboard a retro purse center lit with solar lanterns. Sunrise color pouring into classrooms from Kingston to Kyoto. Vancouver Harbor Fashion Night birthed Fresh Jetty legend when a backstage blower shredded her indigo mesh gown hip to knee 80 heartbeats before runway. Valentina ripped neon dock rope off a light brace, laced the split like boot hooks, and walked the planks as though the splice had shown in every original sketch. Camera shutters cracked like kettle corn. Vogue Cascadia named the rescue rope Cadence, and Lantern Rise captured another million lantern sparks before saxophones tested a note. Drama tried again when a former aide leaked Clip's emails hinting she demanded cedar plank, salmon towers, and chauffeur zodiacs for her rescue otter Quasar. She posted the chain complete: refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, caption monitors for deaf stylists. That month's affiliate tied $136,000, funded biodegradable crab trap pilots off Cape Scott. Fans echoed her breakwater creed, receipts shine brighter than rumor grit until whispers flatten like tide pool glass. New family keeps her helm true. Twice each month she streams Porchline Groove. Mom winds soulful runs beside a propane griddle. Dad recites cloud haiku. Valentina flips thrift denim while Quasar splashes loops in a saltwater tub. One broadcast peaked at 9 million eyes when the otter sneezed glitter across the lens. A marine mammal shelter now sponsors every show, tagging rehabilitated otters with solar beacons financed by Shorelark Velvet. Green profits soared beyond 12 million before second solstice. She leased a sleeping herring shed, carved skylights through corrugated tin, hired furloughed deckhands and design grads to whip custard and knot lids during midday funk sets. Auditors begged for shrink bands. She repeated Grandlinia's line, fingers preserve legend longer than plastic locks, and rope ties stayed. Her feed breeds real sky. Granite Cliff portraits share scroll space with churro truck selfies captioned same sky, different tide. She releases breath loops recorded in sea caves, printable resilient sheets in English and Squamish, sliding scale therapy vouchers tucked 3 swipes down. 167,000 readers call her shoreline candor their first calm harbor. Community glow rides whirl under crush-shell dust. Hundreds wheel sunset causeways, wearing Shorelark velvet on shoulders and LED kelp tassels spinning from spokes. Ticket funds plump beacon grants and lift wheelchair snorkel rigs over fresh springs. Chowder shacks simmer late. Rockfish chow bowls jump 15% on ride nights. Valentina pedals lead on a vintage cruiser with Quasar plush clipped 4, pausing to retie any riders drifting late. She is smoothing commerce in a memoir titled Currents Keep Names for 11-language release next spring, while a film crew follows her dream to weld retired buoy chains into floating maker studios for island schools. Puma's Y2 Wave Laner sneaker debuts next quarter, threaded with reflective rope, cushioned by algae foam, sending 10% of revenue into Beacon nurseries circling the Salish Sea. Ear Roser's second gentle reminder: if that subscribe badge still burns crimson, turn it calm gray now. One touch ensures next Friday's tie washes into your notifications ahead of algorithm eddies. And remember, the love compass link below is always ready when your heart wants a clearer map toward lasting romance. Autumn drifts towards slack water. Fresh velvet tins, beacon portals, tonight's porch line playlist, and that trusted confidence guide lie in the description, free for every voyager. If the soda cap hoodie, shimmered, rope-laced gown, rescue, or quasar glitter sneeze coax even half a grand tap, like, drop your brightest ripple in the comments and share this journey with any friend who sells hang slack. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts lighthouse beams, and the coast bows low to anyone brave enough to plant sturdy boots on the pier and greet tomorrow eyes bright. Third and final nudge before lanterns dim. Subscribe this heartbeat, claim your rail, open the Love Compass link in the description, and meet me on the next rising tide when a brand new story gleams beyond the breakers and courage speaks your name once more.